everybody, welcome to LDRS Creative. We're in studio tonight. We had a moment of panic. Alan was across over there. He's writing something for me so I don't forget, and I'm doing the countdown. 4, 3, because he's got to get my sound on and everything when we go live. And I don't think I've ever seen that man move so fast. Didn't know he still had it in him. Welcome to everybody who's coming in tonight. It is so lovely to see you guys. I saw somebody said, I'm so glad it's Thursday. I always look forward to these lives, and you know what? Me too. And I feel like after being here last week again, after a 2-week break, I feel like we're kind of getting into the rhythm again, which is really good. So we kind of, made sure we remembered all the things. Let's put it that way this time. So, and there are a lot of things that we have to do when we're getting ready for this. Although I did get reminded earlier this afternoon that it was Thursday. For some reason I thought it was Wednesday. You have those days where you think it's a different day, and today I thought it was Wednesday all day. I don't know why. But anyway, welcome to everybody who's coming in. I see Pat Demarest, I'm going to go with, is coming in. Welcome. And E. Miller is in from Downriver. Hello to Kim Brookbank Bierman. Jean Hemming is here. Mary is cracking up, apparently. Hello, Mary. Cindy Patty, welcome. She said, hi, Angie, Alan, and friends from stormy Central Florida. Ooh, no, not stormy. I do hope that the power stays on as well for you. Hello to Teresa Jarvis from Fremont, California. And who else is coming in? replying to Felicia. Hi, Felicia. That's cute. It looks like Wayne is in the house tonight. He is coming in from Florida, from Scrapbook Studio. So make sure, please, Wayne, let everybody know where you are, and let everybody know that you've got our newest collection already. I'm going to mention that to everybody too. Brenda is coming in. Brenda Tatchell is here, and Elsie Carter is coming in from St. Catharines, Ontario. Hello to Mary Kay is coming in from Lapeer, Michigan, and Stephanie says it feels like Friday. It sure does. Brenda's coming in from South Carolina, and hello to Bethany. She said I've been on for a few months. Well, welcome and thank you. Who else is coming in? Pam is coming in from Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Mercy Crafter, she says, coming in from Southwest Florida. It rained earlier. We've actually been expecting rain, and it hasn't rained, and we need the rain. So I'm like crossing my fingers for some rain. Who else is here today? Brenda said she's watching from Kentucky. Mary Frick is here from Connecticut. And Wayne says we just received the new release today. Yay. Myrna is coming in from Orlando. Myrna, make sure you make it over to Scrapbook Studio before all of the favorites are gone. Who else is coming in? Kathy Martin is here from East Tennessee. So real quick, so we do have a new collection that's coming out. We always, in support of the retail stores around the country, we're so grateful for them, and it's so important for our industry that they stay strong. So we do what we can. So here at LDRS Creative, we always ship our new collections at least 2 weeks. We try for 3 weeks before we actually have what we consider like our release day. And what that means is before it's officially released, before it goes on our website, we want to get them into the retail stores, and it gives the retail stores kind of a head start, a jump start on everything, so that they can get them in your hot little hands. And so we want to support them as much as we can. And so we aren't actually announcing the release until the end of this month. But as you can see, retail stores are getting them already. Scrapbook Studio in Florida has got it, and it's a good one. It's a really, really good one. There are actually, let me think, how many are there? I want to say there's 36 new items in it, and it's pretty doggone cool. It's got fall, Halloween, Christmas, things that, like new products that we haven't done before or that we haven't done in a long time. Some really, really cool stuff, as well as things that are supporting different product lines that have been favorites and that we're growing and continuing to grow. Very much like one of the ones that we're going to be working with tonight. Let's see. Why did you say an OMG? I was just typing to ask.
I was just typing to ask him if he was feeling fuzzy, and he said, I'm feeling all fuzzy.
That's so cute. I'm feeling all fuzzy. That's cute.
That's so weird.
We have something brand new in that collection, and they're called Fuzzy Wuzzies, and they are like a huge hit, and I can't wait until you guys start playing with those. So you want to, if you're in Florida, man, make your way over to Scrapbook Studio, where it's actually a product that we're sold out of, believe it or not. We sold completely out of it at trade show. We've got them on reorder. I've actually reordered them once already, and then we sold out of that reorder, and so now they're on reorder again. And so I think we're going to be restocking them like the first week of September. But yeah, they've sold out twice, and we haven't even launched it. So it's pretty doggone cool. Oh, it looks like Leslie's coming in from Cobblestone Creek Studios, and she says they are so adorable, and they are. They are so, so adorable. Yeah, cool. Hi, Leslie. Leslie at Cobblestone is in Oregon, and she's going to have the collection as well. So that's going to be coming to there as well. So excited for it. Okay, so we're going to get moving on. We're going to get moving into the reason why we're here tonight. So we're going to be crafting. We're going to be having some fun. So let's go overhead actually, and we'll get rolling. Question, it says, where in Orlando is Scrapbook Studio? It is, it's not in Orlando, it's a little bit north of Orlando in, is it Tavares or Traverse? I keep forgetting I think it's Tavares, Florida. I think it's like, maybe Tavares, yeah, I think it's like, it's a little, I believe north. It's about an hour outside of Orlando, if I am correct.
Right.
Wayne says, I'm going to a retreat this weekend, and I get to create my cards for my upcoming adventure with Keith. Yes! That is a really new and super, super cool thing. So there's another store in Canada, in British Columbia, I believe, Scrapbook Essentials. And Wayne and Keith are both, owners, crafters, and it's like they're actually starting this new kind of like guys crafting podcast live stream, I believe, and it's going to be really, really cool. And in the very, very first one, we're like so excited to support. This is going to be so much fun. So we will be giving you more information, and Wayne will be showing, we'll be sharing more here as well as they get all that information together. But they're actually going to be using, I believe, our new Fuzzy Wuzzies in it. So it's going to be totally cool. And I don't know when the first one is. So Wayne, feel free to tell everybody all the deets if anything you've got. Okay, we're going to go overhead. All right, so here we go. So this is what we put in the little bundle for today. So you may have some of these already, and if you don't, please, grab your bundle, race to your favorite retail store. That would be the #1 way to get it. So we're going to start with vacation puzzle scenes because I haven't played with these yet, and super, super fun. So if for those of you that already collect these puzzle scenes, then you've already got the puzzle frames. If you haven't started your collection of these yet, then my darling, you are behind and you're missing out because they're super, super fun. So you start with the puzzle frames, which I'm going to be using today as well, and I'm going to show you some card samples too. So, Wayne says we don't have everything nailed down yet. Okay. So you start with the puzzle frames. If you already have this, then all you need to do is add on the puzzle scenes. We have new puzzle scenes that come out, with the different collections that we release. So this one is all about vacation. This is, actually this one is in our Beach Days collection, which is our current collection right now. And then we've added in the Sealed with Good Wishes. I haven't worked with our seals in a little while, and I thought it would be super fun. Sealed with Good Wishes is literally all about just kind of like good wishes for every day, for all occasions. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit more. I'm going to show you what makes these super special. They're really, really cool. We're actually going to be doing some embossing with those. And then, of course, the Sealed with Good Wishes dies. Or die, I should say. This die, you only have to get this die one time, okay? I love doing products where you only have to buy like one thing one time, like for example, this die. And then we keep adding stamp sets that you can use with that one die. So it makes it go further, and you have all different themes and stuff. So it's really, really cool. This one is called Sealed with Good Wishes. And so I put all 3 of these into a bundle. You may already have this. If you don't, then you want to grab that. We're going to play with that. And then I also just kind of grabbed some cardstock. We'll see what I do with that. I have no idea what I'm going to do exactly, but I do know that it's going to involve some embossing. So I have clear embossing powder because I'm going to be working with my LDRS Creative hybrid inks, and as you know, I can emboss with all of these, any color. So all I need to have is clear embossing powder, okay? And these are the colors that I grabbed. So I've got, this one is Dandelion, this is Tangerine Dream, this one is Bally Blue, and then we've got Tickled Pink, which is my favorite pink, and of course Raven. All right, these are the colors I'm planning. I'm not doing any coloring. I'm going to be doing color stamping instead, okay? Can you buy the stamps without the bundle? Yes, you absolutely can. Everything is available separately. So if you're not interested in the seals, or if you already have your seals, then you can just get the puzzle scenes. So we just throw it into a bundle for you in case you wanted to get everything if you didn't have them. So, you know, absolutely everything is available separately, okay? So I am going to go ahead and grab some paper. And what else do I need? I also need a stamping platform. Now, if anybody has a question, I want you to please put the word question all in caps at the beginning of your question. And I've got Linnea is on here, Linnea Hollandonner, she's on there. She will be answering questions as they come through. If for some reason she can't answer it, or if you want to ask me the question specifically, you could even put all in caps, question Angie. And if I'm not looking up, then my producer, who I know is reviewing all of these messages as they come through, will let me know if there's a question just for me. Okay? Yeah. Isn't that funny? He thinks I'm funny. He thinks I'm funny. Okay. So I want to show you, for those of you that don't know how the puzzles work, let me give you a little explanation here. Okay, so if you're new to puzzles, you start with the puzzle frames, okay? So this is one large frame. It's a collage. These are all part of our collage, stamp collection. So this one gives you a large collage, okay? It's a little bit smaller than an A2. You can use this in a horizontal or in a vertical format, okay? So portrait or landscape. But then you also get these additional shapes so that you can do your own custom puzzles. Pam, these are puzzle stamps right here. I'm explaining it right now, okay? So these are your puzzles. You create puzzles, okay? We create these. These are going to create our really fun little puzzles. We're going to puzzle piece them together, all right? So I'm going to show you some examples. This is what you're going to get right here if you use the largest frame. Now, so this is puzzle frames, and then we have different themes of different puzzle scenes. So all of these different stamps in here, and you can see these are kind of zoomed in. They're like partial images, all right? Now, this is going to, like if it's a rectangle or if it's a square, this one here, you can see it kind of has an arch to it. That's going to kind of determine what shape you're going to use it in, okay? So this has an arc, right? If you want to create an arc in here, like you've stamped this rectangle, this large rectangle, you would use this arc right here. So we've actually trimmed a little bit at the top and the sides so that we don't overlap. And you can actually put an arc in here. And then you could use this little sailboat stamp that has an arc, or an arch if you want to call it, okay? So some of these are going to be horizontal like these. Some of these are going to be vertical. Some are squares, right? Some are just little accessories, accessory images if you want to stamp those anywhere. So you can customize them. So with this one, we used all of those vacation stamps, just kind of pick and choose which ones you want, and we used it with this big frame. If you want to create your own, now you can do this kind of a thing too. Now this is where we've created our own little collage or puzzle, and we just used these little shapes and stacked them, Okay, and don't forget too, like I said, this one I did horizontal, or we did horizontal, but you can also turn it in this direction and make it vertical. Can you add pieces to make 5 by 7? You absolutely can. If you want to start with this one, which is a little bit smaller than an A2, if you wanted to turn it, if you wanted to add additional, you know, bits onto the side here to make it longer, to make it wider, if you want it in this direction, however you want to do it, okay? You can change your configuration. So if you don't like this configuration, just use all of your little pieces here, puzzle piece them together by stamping them or stacking them, like this one is stacked, and you create your own shapes, okay? Now, what if you want to cut those apart? You can actually cut those pieces apart. Now, we don't have dies for these because, and here's the thing, I have arthritis in my hands. I do not fussy cut well. Even before I had arthritis, I didn't fussy cut well. It's not something it is not my expertise. It's just not something I do well. So these have thick lines, okay, which makes it goof proof. They're also very simple lines. Notice we don't have these little waves and things and little scallops and all that stuff, and mostly straight lines with all of these here as well. So you can paper trim those, or not paper trim, but scissor trim those really, really easily. So you can cut your shapes out just like this one, and you can make whatever collages you want, okay? You can also, let me think. This one actually has some stacked. I don't know if you can see it, but we've kind of stacked one on top of the other here. So those are super, super fun. These we've all stamped and then colored in. But what if you don't want to do all that coloring? Because sometimes you don't feel like coloring. Sometimes you don't even like coloring. What if you just grab different inks? And this is what I'm doing today. I'm not going to spend a lot of time coloring. I want to make a quick card. So I have something coming up. I just want to send a card to a girlfriend to say hello. Maybe I want to say, hey, let's get lunch, whatever it is. Maybe I just want to say you're special, you're beautiful. I just wanted, you know, to let you know that today. Maybe somebody's having a bad day and you just want to give them, you know, a little pick-me-up, right? But you don't want to spend a lot of time. So I can just stamp in color. And look how easy that is. They're just gorgeous. So spend a little bit of time, maybe a lot of time, spend a little bit of time. It's your choice, however you want to do it. All right? So I love these because they are so, they're just so versatile. And we have all different themes for them as well. So we're going to play right now with the vacation, which I think is great. And there's so many cool things. I mean, look at those roller skates. I mean, it's just I mean, this doesn't even have to be a vacation card. Like roller skates, this is something I loved roller skating when I was a kid. I loved when the ice cream truck would come around. Believe it or not, I used to enjoy camping. Not so much now. But I always love, you know, laying out in the sun and swimming, and it's just so much fun. I remember going to the beach with my family in North Carolina, and we actually collected seashells on the beach. So lots of really fun things. So maybe you don't want to do a vacation card, but you want to do something that just makes you think of some of those memories from when you were a little kid. So all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm gonna do some really basic shapes because I'm gonna actually trim these out, and I'm literally going to do, what am I gonna do? Do I want to cut them out, or am I gonna do? Yep, I am. I'm gonna do 3 rectangles. So I'm just gonna do this very simply. I'm not even gonna stack them. So I am gonna do 3 rectangles. So we'll do one here. And because I'm going to cut them out, it doesn't really matter where they're going to go on here. All right. Do I want? Yeah, that's what I'm going to I'm changing my mind. I did not. Yes, backpack can be back to school. Absolutely. Great idea. Okay. So I have not planned anything. Alan, I'm going to need my stamp cleaner thing. I haven't planned this, as you can see. I have no idea how this is going to come out or really what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of figuring it out right now. Look how perfect. Perfect. Love it. Waiting for my husband. Do, 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 do. There we go. All right. Let me dry that. There's nothing like inking up a damp stamp and then going to stamp. That's just not it's not good. So let me just make sure it's dry and move it over. I do like to clean them in between. I don't even care if I line it up because I'm literally going to trim these, so it doesn't matter. Nothing precise. A little bit of ink. You can see I didn't even clean it really well, but that's okay. I'm stamping over it. Yep, the thicker lines on the stamps are so perfect. They're goof proof. And the great thing is even when you look at these, we've given you thick lines here so that when you just do solid color stamping like this, you can see everything really well. And the images, the illustrations are very simplistic, but they're not childlike. And that's something I think is key. You don't feel like you're making a little kid card when you do it. However, you know, if you wanted to make a little kid's birthday card with this, you certainly could. You know, with the ice cream and stuff. Why not? All right, so here is my last one, stamp number 3. So I think what I'm going to end up showing you is like the fastest way to make a card with this stuff, because I think it really is simple and fun. And sometimes we just need those. You know, I mean, last week I spent some time with some watercoloring. We did a quick watercolor, but it does take a little more time. And so this is a way that you can do some really fast card making. And keep in mind too, you don't have to stamp these in black. You could stamp these in color. Like these frames could be in the same color as the images that I'm going to be stamping too. So lots of different ways to do it. Just kind of use your imagination. Okay, so that is going to be all I need from this frames set. So I'm going to put this one aside. I've got to get all this stuff in my storage. I need to find time. Time. Okay, so the black I'm going to set aside right now. So let me see what colors I have here. I don't even know if I'm going to need all these colors. I think I'm going to toss out the orange. Not toss it up, but I'm going to set it aside. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do these 3 colors like this. I think I'm going to use these right here. So let's see. Let's get my stamps out. Pat says I could see using these dies for, oh, you could absolutely use these for scrapbooking. Are we in jeopardy? Was I doing the doot? Sorry, oopsie. Sometimes I do things and I don't realize I'm doing them. Okay, so what are we going to put in here? Let's see. I am going to do them all vertical. So what are we going to do? See, this is the hard part. Okay, so I love this one. This one, I think this is cool because it's got the tree, plus the, what is that called? What are those called? Surfboards. We have a backpack. Maybe I'll stack them. I was thinking maybe I could stack them this way, but no, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to do the swimsuit. I'm going to do the swimsuit, the hot air balloons, and then this one here. Okay, so swimsuit is going to be pink, I think. I love that swimsuit. That is so cute. That one is actually curved now that I'm looking at it. That's why that line doesn't go out all the way. So that one is actually, ooh, do I want to put a curve in there? The swimsuit is actually, it's got a curve. Do I want to put a curve in there? I don't know. Ooh, look at that one. That's darling. I know, I'm like a kid in a candy store. Okay, I'm going to do this one, so I'm not going to do the swimsuit. I'm going to do the trees first. The tree and the surfboards is going to go first. And now here's the cool part. So even if, like we made the lines thick on the frame. So if you overlap them a little bit, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. I want to get my head in here. I don't want to get my head in here, but I want to make sure I've got it lined up. Lower it down a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so first time using it, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a wipe. Get any little, like, you know, any chemicals off it, oils off it, whatever you want to call it, from manufacturing, and as well as making sure that there aren't any little, you know, bits of polymer. First time I'm stamping this, so it might need to be stamped more than once. I think I have it lined up. I might have it a little bit high. Sometimes it's good to ink it first, but it's okay. Look at how cute that is. I'm going to do it one more time. Make sure this is in exactly the right spot. There we go. Look how cute that is. Darling. I love it. All right, let me clean this. It got a little dirty. All right. Bailey blue, done. So I'm gonna do the hot air balloons in the pink. Let me see. So we have it set so things overlap ever so slightly onto the black lines. And let me just make sure. I'm going to give this a wipe because it's my first time inking it. Get it inked up. And you know what? Before I drop that down, looks good. I think it's good. Look how cute. Goof proof because of those thick lines. I'm going to do that one more. I want it darker. That's another cool thing about the hybrids is they will stack the color a bit and get a little bit darker, which is really nice. There we go. And then, let's see, what's next? That one, that one.
Are they all vertical?
No, they're not all vertical. I'm doing 3 verticals, so I'm going to grab.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of beachy summer fun. So now we've got the sand castle, which is so cool. It's like really, really cool. Sorry if I'm getting my head. Am I getting my head in the camera?
Yes, the Wookiee is back.
Sorry, the Wookiee is back. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I'm just trying to see. I've got to see what I'm stamping. Okay, give that a wipe. Make sure we're good. Okay, quiz number 1
Oh,
for a $10 gift certificate.
yellow?
Yeah, this one's yellow. For a $10 gift certificate to LDRS, everybody get ready. I'm going to grab the very first name that I see who gives me the correct name, and I don't need. In what would it be called?
Dimension?
In what movie franchise would you find a Wookiee? Come on, everybody get I'm first person because I can see both YouTube and Facebook. In what movie franchise would you find a Wookiee? Come on, everybody. $10 gift certificate. Come on. Felicia Mason, Star Wars. Congratulations to Felicia Mason. Felicia, please, if you will, thank you for playing, first of all. Thank you for being here. Send us an email to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. Let me know or let us know that you guessed Star Wars, and we will get a $10 gift certificate out to you for the LDRS Creative Store. Congratulations. Thank you for playing.
The most shocking part of that is that you knew that. Right?
Everybody remember, I'm looking at both Facebook and YouTube. All comments come through at the same time for me, so I can see the very first person that posts between both of those forums, if you will. I want to remind everybody too, you can only win once per night, okay? I will do another quiz in a little while, but you can only win once per night. All right, so let's see. Okay, let me go to my scissors here. I'm going to give this a little trim. I did see somebody put a question out that said, can you stamp all three at the same time? You absolutely can. I like to stamp one stamp at a time because I want to make sure that I get proper pressure on it. But if you're comfortable doing that, then by all means, you certainly can. You can stamp however you want. So I'm just going to give these a really fast trim here. I'm telling you, this is something I do not enjoy doing. I'm not very good at it. However, I can cut in a straight line. This I can do easily. Make sure my ink is dry before I'm putting my fingers all over it. I'm just going to kind of go across here. A little zigzag down, just to make it faster. And I do tend to like to cut on the right side of the line because I'm right-handed. So that's why I'm cutting and turning things around. So again, you do it however you are comfortable. You know what? I know so many people that love fussy cutting. I'm not trying to, by the way, say that people shouldn't like fussy cutting. I know a lot of people that love it. I know some people that find it very, very relaxing. It's just not relaxing for me because I'm so bad at it. And it's just simply because I don't do it well that I don't enjoy it. It's not that I don't like fussy cutting, it's just that I'm terrible at it. I learned, somebody actually said something to me once a long, long time ago. They noticed that I don't do things that I don't like to do.
That's for sure.
But isn't that like, I mean, there's things that I don't like to do that I do, but it's like I don't want to spend extra time, you know. I mean, of course there's jobs and things you got to do even though you don't like it. I get that. I mean, you know, but like bowling, for example. I have no interest in going bowling. I'm terrible at it. And so leisurely, I don't spend time doing things that I'm not good at. So aren't these really cute? It is just so cute. I'm going to go ahead and put foam on the back of those.
We've done it before. That's how we know you're bad at it.
What?
Bowling.
Oh, I'm terrible at bowling. I I remember bowling against a 2-year-old in a bumper lane. I kid you not. I bowled against a 2-year-old in a bumper lane.
In the bumper lane yourself?
Yes, I was in a bumper lane with the yes,
Okay.
yes, with a 2-year-old, and I lost. I kid you not. I was like, this is not my cup of tea, man. I am just not. Nope. I could spin like a top when I was younger, but nope, I could not.
Well, that's why you couldn't hit any pins.
Okay, so there we go. I put foam on the back of those. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so next up, I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to get my clear embossing powder. Keep my lid handy. So here is my, embossing heat gun. Heat that up for a moment here. Okay. See, when it comes to bowling, I'm more like I'm much better at being the cheerleader. Okay, so I'm going to use this pink to stamp one of my seals here. I'm going to stamp it in the pink. And I think I'm just going to do a simple, let's see, what do I have here? I'm going to end up stamping Sending a Little Sunshine Your Way, and I think I'm going to go with the hello here. So let me peel this off. Now, the way that these work, if you notice that the die has 3 spots in it, right? So I want the hello. This is actually 3 of these images are on one stamp. Now, I've told you guys this numerous times, so if you're new here, I want to remind you, do not grab and just pull your stamps off of the backer, okay? These are a high-quality photopolymer made right here in the USA. However, you start pulling on these things, you can absolutely mess with the shape of them. You don't want to pull them out of their shape, okay? They're not real soft. It's not going to be easy to do, but I have seen some people say, how come this die doesn't fit my stamp? And the only reason the die wouldn't fit your stamp is if you pulled that stamp out of shape, okay? So I'm always careful when I remove it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I don't have any little bits on my stamp. Remove any little excess oils here. I'm going to grab my little anti-static pouch here. And I know there's all kinds of, I've seen some of the really cute, applicators and stuff, but I think I've had this thing for 20 plus years and it hasn't failed me yet, so I'm sticking with it. But I know there's some really cute applicators out there, but I'm sticking with my little pouch. Okay. Let me get this inked up. Actually, let me get this thing ready here. Getting this ready. This is my clear embossing powder. So I'm probably going to stamp this a couple of times, ink it up really well. We have a larger solid surface on these stamps, so I want this to soak in, but a larger solid surface on the stamps, so I'm going to have to ink this up a couple of times. Plus, it's the very first time I'm ever stamping it. So it's kind of like a conditioning of it. Oops, I almost put that in the wrong place. Let's see if I want a third one. I'm going to go in for number 3. I want a lot of ink on here. I want to make sure that these are really good and dark and that the color stacks up. You do one more. Keeping in mind I am inking on top of a powder. I laid that anti-static powder down. All right, that looks pretty good now. So I'm going to go ahead and get these done here. This is what I'm doing. Putting my clear embossing powder over it. Make sure I have that Really good. I'm going to cover this up because if I don't, I am going to be making a mess. All right. So from here, I'm going to heat up. Just heat this up first before I go in. There we go. There we go. You can see it changing. So pretty. Nice and shiny. So pretty. I love them. Okay, and so that actually gives me a little bit of a texture to them. Let me go ahead and clean here. I'm running out of this. I'm just trying to use up my the last of my cleaner with the daubers, because we switched to the spray, but I don't want to waste the cleaner that's in my dauber. So I'm using it up. Okay, so let's see. Pull this up gently. There we go. And let's see. I'm not done stamping yet. So, but we are going to go ahead. I gotta clean. I always like to clean up as I'm working because then it gives me my space. So I need the die to cut all of these up. Yep, don't cough or sneeze when working with embossing powder, glitter, or gilding flakes. Here, here. There we go. Okay. Let's see. So let's move this over. Mr. Hunt, your services are needed.
Finally.
Okay, now here's something I will tell you too. We have these cutting blades set up so that they're going to cut they're going to cut on the inside of the color, so that we don't want a white edge on these. Okay, so we designed them so that you will not have a white edge on the outside after you die cut. I am going to do quite a bit of tape on this because with the heat kind of distorted my paper a little bit. Just from putting a lot of heat on it. So, all right. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so he's going to run that through the die cutting machine. I am going to grab my card topper. Oh, look at this. He's got this all ready for me. Ooh, it's tearing my paper. What paper did I use? That never tears my paper like that. Making me wonder what paper I used. It's supposed to be my Nina. I haven't seen, I mean, I've been doing this a long time and I haven't seen that happen. That's crazy. Well, let's just do this the fast way. See, that's how it's supposed to happen.
That was a piece of tape.
Yeah, that was the tape. That was strange. I've never seen that happen with this tape before. All right, look how cute these are. Cutie patooties. There we go. All right. Look how cute. I love these. And they have a little bit of texture on them, which is just so, so fun. And you know, you could do those in a variety of colors too. I could have done, and that would have been really fun as well. All right, let's see. So I want to start building up my card a little bit. figuring out what is going to go where. So this is my card base. Now this what started out as an 8.5 by 11. This is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound, 8.5 by 11. I cut it at 4 1/4, scored it at 5.5. So this is going to be my card base. I love using this. All of my paper, except when I'm using watercolor paper, all of my white paper is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. I use it for card bases. I use it for all my die cutting. I use it if I'm going to be stamping and coloring with Copic markers. So I use it for everything, really. And so let's see. Let me grab, because I got to start planning this out, how it's going to work, where things are going to go, and what my color combination is going to be. Let me get my colors here. Put this here. And I'm going to need a paper trimmer. So I've got yellow, I've got blue, I've got pink. I have yellow here, which looks great with the yellow here. Let's move these around. And then here's my pink. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is layer up with the blue on the bottom, and then my card topper is going to be the white here. And this is where I'm thinking I'm going to be putting these. Put a sentiment in here, or maybe I'll do it in this direction. That's, I think, is going to work maybe a little bit better. So it might change my, you know what, I might die cut this. What dies do I have over here? I have this one handy. Maybe we'll zoom in a little bit. Let's see. What if I die cut it with this? That'll show a little more of that yellow. I could trim that, and that's going to be trimmed down a little bit. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that first. Let me make sure my sentiment, see, this is how it goes. Make sure my sentiment, if that's in white, and it fits beautifully. Okay. So I'm going to hand this off to Alan. He's going to die cut this. So what did I grab? I grabbed my pinpoint rectangle dies because they're next to me right here. Yeah, you could do, I love all your suggestion. Or is there a circle die to fit just the center portion? Yeah, you can do, like, really grab any shape you had. This is the one that I happen to have right here.
Those.
Oh, for these, to
Yeah,
cut these?
What size is that? I couldn't.
These are, they're 1 inch. So you can see, no, it's 1 inch.
Just the white part.
Oh, just the white part?
Mm-hmm.
Just the white part is about 3/4. Yep, that little white part is just is about a 3/4. So if you wanted to just cut that out, that would be darling. Super cute idea. Hadn't thought of that. Love the idea. Okay, so I want to speak to what I'm doing here. So I'm going to lay this on here. You guys have seen me do this numerous times. I am going to angle it. Because with this die, I have a long flat edge. You've heard me say this if you watch. I say this all the time. You know what it's like when you're going over a speed bump and you've got your 2 front tires going at the same time and it's a boom, boom, right? You get that big thud. If you just do like your, 1 tire at a time, angle your car a little bit, do the front right, then the front left. It kind of eases you over that speed bump. And so we're going to do that same thing with this die because I have a long flat edge. So I'm going to do the right the right front tire and then the left front tire and so on. So I'm going to give this to Alan.
You're still going to get yelled at, but it's not as,
there you
the
go.
bump's not as bad.
I'm just saying, it makes it easier.
I'm just saying what it's like in reality in the car.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to 5.5. I'm going to trim this down to A2, so 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is that blue that matches my Bally blue. And then my yellow, I'm going to trim that down. So let me see what our sizing is here. I think I'm going to trim off of both sides here. I'm going to do a 1/4 of an inch. I could always, I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do a little bit more. Yeah. doing 3/8. I think I just cut the wrong one. Ha ha. Let me put that back. Sorry. I want 3/8 on this one. I cut the wrong one, so I just moved it aside. So I set that other scrap aside because I cut the wrong color, which happens. 1, 2, 3. And then I already had this one because I already cut it. And then I'm going to have to change my card base. So, Mr. Hunt.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I won't change my card base. Let me see. Can I fit? I think it's too narrow if I do all 3 of those. Yeah, I'm going back to plan. Okay. Will you get me another one of these? My Nina Classic Crest. Just get me a full sheet one, please.
Full sheet?
Full sheet. Hi, Lisa.
One's on the side of it, right?
Yep. Lisa Wiley's joining us. She says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Welcome, welcome. Honey, they're right there. Yep.
Yeah, it's, can't get your fingers in there.
Okay, so I have a full sheet. I'm going to cut it at what am I doing? I'm cutting it at 5.5. And then I'm going to score both of these. I'm going to do them both because I always like to have one ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and score them both at 4 1/4. So that I've got one ready for next time. All right. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you. Stephanie says, normal happy accidents with card making. Yep. You know what? It's just paper. That's my thing I always just kind of say is it's literally just paper. So I have a little stash of scrap paper over here that I keep. And so eventually that one that I just cut the wrong, cut incorrectly, I'll use it somewhere else later on down the road because it's just sitting there next to me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is kind of what I'm thinking. And we have this yellow. And then that white, which is really, look how pretty that is. It's just kind of cute. And then we'll put the pink in the middle. And the blue. And then here. And I'm going to put a sentiment down here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab just a really bright, sunshiny card. So I'm going to go ahead and place this here. I'm going to leave these kind of here to help me with my positioning. And gorgeous sunshiny card. So we're going to send sunshine your way with this sentiment. Okay, we're going to have it in that area. Let's move these. Get my magnet in place. And then I've got my raven. I'm going to do this in raven. I'm going to make sure that I've got this straight and centered.
You got another question?
I have another question?
Do you?
No, I don't see one.
No. Do you have another challenge?
Oh, another challenge question.
Yes.
I can't think of one right now.
No, you're going to set off the smoke detector if you keep thinking of it.
Ha ha ha. I could ask the question,
Here it comes.
is my husband funny? And see if anybody guesses the correct answer. No, I'm kidding. Is my husband teasing me? See, that doesn't look straight to me. Let me look at that. It is. It looks straight. Cindy. Patty says yes. LOL. Okie dokie.
See?
I know, everybody thinks you're funny because you're not picking on them. Why? Why?
Why me?
Why me?
Okay,
What?
what is that?
Everybody thinks you're funny.
Marcy said Alan thinks he's funny.
Nobody's loving me. Nobody's loving me. That looks so cute.
You need to ask where
I'm
the
gonna do it
phrase
one more
came
time.
from.
What?
Why me? Why me? That's a good question.
Where'd that come from?
I know where it came from.
But I don't know. You got to look for the answer.
Well, you have to ask the question because I'm not allowed to ask the questions.
There we go. That looks better. Good. He's hysterical. You guys are cracking me up. Oh. How long is this answer, Mr. Hunt?
Well, people probably gonna. Do you remember that?
No. No, I don't think that's I think that one's going to require too much. Oh, thank you, Pat.
Just ask the question. People are gonna know the answer.
Oh. Okay, he wants me to ask this question, and there is only one answer.
Yes.
There is only one answer, and he wrote the answer. What? Who is it? How do you want me to? You ask the question. Say it loud enough so everybody can hear you. Okay?
Who said the phrase, "Why me? Why me"? It's a famous.
It's a famous phrase. Why me? Why me?
And it happened in Detroit.
And it happened in Detroit. We'll give you that.
Yes.
Who said it? I'm watching. See if anybody gets this. I wouldn't have got it. Let's see if anybody gets it. Typing. They're typing. They're searching. Typing and searching.
Well, don't search. You gotta know the answer.
No, they can get it however they want. Why me? Why me? See, let's see who loves Alan after this question. Not an actress. Nope. Athlete. I'll give you that.
Yes.
Athlete. It happened in Detroit. Nobody. Nope. Nope.
Don't know those people.
Nope. Because of an incident that, you sure it happened in Detroit?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll give you another clue. Nancy Kerrigan, emailer got it. Look at that, Nancy Kerrigan. Emailer got it, Nancy Kerrigan. Congratulations. All right.
Oh, that was a
Wow.
flashback, huh?
That was, yeah, I remember. I just didn't remember it happening. Was it at Cobo? Where did that
It was
happen?
in Detroit. I think it was Kobo.
Was it Cobo?
Yeah.
All right, so emailer, please, if you will, send us an email to customer service at LDRScreative.com. Let us know that you guessed Nancy Kerrigan, and we will send you a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative. Myrna says, now I remember. That was when, who's the one that?
Tanya Harding
Tanya Harding.
had her thug.
Yeah, had her thug hit her in the knee with something. Okay, we're going to start assembly. Let me lay this out. So I'm just kind of placing them so that they're kind of even. Hopefully. That looks so cute. Doesn't that look darling? I like it. Hey, Mikey. Okay, the first one.
Question is, can you do that without the Wookiee?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So Just kind of, there we go. I'm going to go this direction so I can see because my hand's in the way. I'm going to redo that one. I think because I have it upside down. I think I had it upside down, I don't know. But it wasn't in the right spot. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start assembling. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. And we're going to do some foam on the yellow. Make sure which is the front side and which is the back side. 1, 2, 3. I gotta get this corner. That was fun. I can't believe I did that. All right, let's see.
Glued the paper?
Yeah, I put it the wrong side down. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to pop up on some more foam because I like dimension. There we go. Cindy Patty. It amazes me how you manage to cut the foam just about the same time. Same with each.
Yeah, and you can eyeball a picture within a 30-second.
Yes, I know. I have this thing about balance and distance and stuff with my eyes that I'm pretty good. Of course, when I'm doing this, I don't get to put my head right over it, which is hard to do. It's hard to make everything straight when I can't get right over it, but a little bit of foam, teeny tiny little piece of foam.
Where's that thing going?
It's gonna go right here. Cute little hello. Hello.
Does it have a voice?
Hello.
It should have a squeaky voice.
So there it is. Alan, here is my garbage.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? It's just simple. A simple, cute little card. Doesn't require any coloring. But look at how colorful. Beautiful for summer. Sending sunshine your way. I mean, heck, you could even send this in the winter just to make somebody feel warm and cozy. Why not?
During your Florida trip.
Yeah, especially if you vacation in Florida, you could send something instead. You could say, miss you. It's sunny here. How about there? Look how cute. I love it. It is just so bright, so cheerful, so sweet. I love it. Look all the dimension. So again, puzzles. So incredibly flexible. Love the puzzle sets. They're so flexible. And again, once you have the puzzle frames, you can make cards like this for all kinds of themes, and we keep adding more and more to them too. So lots and lots of fun, really cool things that you can do with it. So here's another example that I showed you. And how about this one? I think this is pretty cool. Look at that one's like a shaker. So this one we actually use the frame that comes with, right, that full frame. Up at the top here, you can see where we use the little arch to create an arch. And then we used, this is just one stamp over and over. It's this one right here with all the seashells to create a beautiful seashell frame. And then in the middle here is where we put the little sailboat, and then those little flowers right there are up in the corner. So sweet. Look how pretty that is. Little shaker card. And then we have the Ahoy Matey, which is from one of our other sets.
With real
Anna Cunningham says, question, what is the thickness of the foam? The foam that I use is about 1/16 of an inch. Okay, this is by Scotch. It's my favorite. I absolutely love this. I love that it doesn't lose its stickiness, which is great. There's a lot of them out there that are cheaper than this. Okay, so you're going to save money on them. But if you're sitting and you're not using it for a little while, they're going to lose their stickiness. Now, if they're losing their stickiness when they're just sitting, imagine if they're losing their stickiness on your cards, right? I don't want them to lose their stickiness on my cards. They're not going to, this isn't going to yellow. They're really nice. This is about 3/4 of an inch in width, the one that I like, and it's 1/16 of an inch in thickness, which is great for just putting several different layers on it. But you can also double up if you want something that's thicker. Like, for example, when you're doing something like this and you want it to be thicker so that you have space for your little shaker elements, you can layer that up, double it up, triple it up. This is only a fraction of the size because it starts out about this big. I mean, it starts out in like a 12-inch roll. But it's my favorite. It's by Scotch. Okay, so here's your card. Mr. Hunt?
Yes, ready?
Yeah. Okay, everybody. This is the card. Yay. I like it. I think it's very sunny, really fun, super bright, and just so pretty. And it was easy and fun to make. Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Thank you for playing along with our crazy quizzes, and congratulations once again to the winners. Don't forget to send us an email so that we can send your gift certificates out to you. I'm looking to see if there's any other questions that maybe I missed. And so if you have a question, let me know. We're going to be signing off. But anyway, we will be planning something for next Thursday, so stay tuned to our YouTube page, to our Facebook for when we announce that, and make sure you check out the bundles page, for when we put the new bundle out there as well. So everybody have a fantastic evening. Have a wonderful weekend. We will be back next week.